We're joined today by Naomi Bloom with Total Farm Marketing. Naomi, let's talk about kind of the doldrums of harvest here. There's always grain that gets sold off the combine. What do these markets look like? Do they tell us anything in the grand scheme of things?
Well, right now, to me, it really feels like the grain markets are going to be in a little bit more of a sideways trading pattern for the short term. And that's because overall, if you look at ending stocks for corn and soybeans and wheat, all three still have relatively tight ending stocks compared to years ago. So with corn at 1.5 billion carryout, interestingly enough, that is actually the same number that the market had last year in January and February and March. And for those 3 months, the corn market traded in a sideways range where $5 was support and $5.50 was resistance, which is exactly what the market is doing now. The leader is not soybeans anymore. Of course, it's the wheat complex with the wheat ending stocks being so tight, but that's going to keep the market supported as well until we have a better idea of what will get planted in the spring. There's, of course, so much very legitimate concern about those high input costs. So what is the acre demand going to be? And now we're starting to hear that even in the Dakotas, they're going to be planting more sunflower seeds, canola, oats, barley. So I think there still is actually a fight for acres that's unfolding in the market right now at harvest. The elevators are receiving crop, and then we're going to start to see where is the demand from here, where is the supply from here. So again, that's going to be more of a supportive market for the big picture, but also keeping us in a sideways pattern for the short term.
Naomi, you mentioned those input costs, and obviously those will weigh on decisions for next year. How big a factor do you think that's going to play? And it seems like one of these markets is going to have to come in and buy some acres at some point.
It's a huge factor. Of the clients that I talk to, every other conversation, that is the leading question from the producer. What do I do about these high input costs? When will they relieve themselves, and will prices come down? Will it come down yet this fall, or is it going to come down in the spring? So that is top of mind for producers absolutely right now for the moment. Going forward, we definitely have the acreage battle coming up. When I think also of how cotton ending stocks are half from a year ago, that's another market that's screaming, hey, don't forget about me, make sure I get some acres as well. So it's going to be a fight for acres. I think part of it's going to depend on what happens with La Nina in South America, and there's a lot more to come on it. So stay vigilant and just really keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that South American weather, always a wild card here in the winter. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Naomi. We'll be back with more Ag Day coming up in this month.
To discuss marketing strategies, call 800-334-9779